I'm going to show you how to use DaVinci Resolve in this video, and it is a updated version of my last one, which was 40 minutes long, but I'm gonna do it quicker in this one. So you're gonna open up DaVinci Resolve. Now you're going to, you see this screen, so you're going to click Untitled Project. I'll skip that version. And then I'm gonna then bring the video file and move it over or copy it over, and then I choose don't change unless you want to change the frame rate. So I got my two video files, and then you're going to drag them into like right here on this line. Then whenever it generates and looks like this, then you can click it. And then you can like drag this top thing to move like carefully through each frame. Then there's this that can go forwards, this can go backwards, this can stop it. This can go to previous edit, and then go to next edit. Then this will loop it. And jog wheel. Oh yeah, this is like whenever you go on here. And there's also settings if you want to change the like zoom and movement. So you can like zoom in a different place, rotate it, you can pan it in different ways. And then you can just set it. We can reset it by pressing this button right here. It's very useful. You can also flip it with these buttons. There's also this, which crops different sides of it. There's also feather, which will do like a fade thing, which is really cool. And then there's, I don't know that one. I don't know this one, but there's also the speed. So just, yeah, there's some speed there. Then there's, and there's also auto color, which makes the color more like weird. And then there's sound. So now you know, well, you can also do this for a marker that will appear up here too. And then this is a cut. So you can cut some parts. And then you can right click it. Then there's cut or copy. You can do some other stuff. So you can cut this and then move this into this whenever it's blue. So then you're going to unhold it, and then it'll show, then it will be a cut. Yeah, that's a cut. You can also see how long the thing is right here, and how long you're into it, like right here. And there's also media, which I never use. Color, I don't really use it that much. Firelight, I don't use it at all. Deliver is how you like load it or something. And there's also edit, which is very useful too. So I'll show you fusion and edits, and I showed you cuts already. I'll also show you deliver. So let's go into edit. And then it's still kind of like the same. This is the video thing, this is the audio thing. Then you can also go through and move this wedge thing here. It's how far you're into it. Then this is this kind of the same thing, but it doesn't really show anything. Just shows you where you are in it, I guess. And then there's blade cut, which will cut and it'll like snap to things, which is very helpful. There's mouse, where you can just drag things up and down and add more video and audio sections. And then I don't really use these buttons. I just use them myself. I just don't use these buttons, but I still do those kind of things. I don't really know those. But there's also this, where you can look at the whole thing. And then there's this, where you can just do detail zoom. And then there's custom zoom. And you can also change the zoom in You can also change the zoom like this. But yeah. And there's also the video, there's transform, cropping, dynamic zoom, there's composite, speed change, stabilization, lens correction, retime, and scaling, super scale. I don't use most of these. There's also audio where you can change the volume and pan thing, pitch thing, equalizer. Yeah, I don't really know that. There's also effects. Whenever you put effects on it, then it will then you can click on this. Then there's also transition, where there's like a transition, but that's in like whenever you use money to buy DaVinci Resolve. But so you can also place markers right here, change the color of them, and then and then if you want to make a cut, then you can just use the blade, put it right here, cut it out, and then the blade has cut them. And also, like, I don't know why, but I got like a okay, I kinda touched it, but I don't know why, but like I got a random cut here. So you can do this whenever it's like this or this. Then you can expand it or de-expand it. So then you can just expand this to how long the file is. So you can just keep expanding this like this until the end. And then I don't know why I got that random cut, but I just did. You can also use cut. And in edit, you can also add some text. So there's different kinds of text, like fusion titles, which is really cool. There's background reveal. You can like use your mouse. I'm not touching any buttons on my mouse, but you can just hover your mouse over here and see the animation in it. But I'm gonna use normal text right here. And then it will just drag out another thing. If you drag it on top, then it will show up. But if you drag it on like the bottom like this, then it won't show it. So you have to like drag it on the top so it'll show, and then you can type in whatever you want in here. So like I'll type, I got so far into the game. I mean level. Then you can put it onto something that you can actually see. You can also drag these up and down, which is really useful. And it's in the settings where you can transform, crop, do all of that stuff. And then there's title settings where you can change the fonts, change the font face and color and size and stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm not gonna show you right now. You can also zoom in and out. That's pretty cool. Okay. And it's 21 seconds so far, so I'm gonna need to add in my part 2. So this is my part 2, right here. Okay, I've edited my video like a tiny bit, but it's still pretty good. It's 48 seconds long, so you can make a short out of this if you want to. And you gotta make sure, I'll show you how to make a short. So to make a short, you see the timeline. This is called timeline 1. So you right click it, timeline settings, and then there's this right here. So you're going to click this and then type in 180, which it's just the other way around, 180, 1920. And then hit OK. And you can go back to the start and see it as a short. This is how big a short is. It's like, it's so thin. I don't think I'm gonna be able to like, I can select all of these. Yeah, you can select the multiple, go to settings, and then you can make the size like, let's make it like this. There you go. There you go. Now it's fixed. Maybe I should just do Control Z, because you can also do Control Z to undo all of that stuff that you did. I'm gonna, so there's transitions up here, like up here there's special things that I did. There's like, I'm pretty sure this stuff is like, can't use Yeah, I'm gonna see if you can. Yeah, so if you like try to put it right here, then well, I'm pretty sure it'll give you a warning because I don't think I can use the transitions, but there you go. You got transitions here. Then you can also use put titles here too. And then here is the effects. Some you can't use because you have to like pay to use some. Like this one, and it has this, then it just won't work. And then there's a bunch of stuff that you can scroll through to see like the animation and stuff. And there's many of these that you can do. And then you can go into edit, select. You can go into edit, select the thing, and then go into effects to edit it. And in the Fusion, if you want to add some like blur here, let me make a outro. Okay, so now I have this part right here, and I want to blur it for the outro. So you're gonna go to Fusion while selecting the thing that you want. Then this is how far you're into the clip. And then you can also hit play and loop and stop. Play, loop, and stop there. Then there's like different things. I can use blur. I normally use blur and brightness / contrast, but you can also use other stuff like generate a shape, text 3D, and there's many other things you can do right here. So what I'm gonna do is click blur, and then there's blur right here. This is kind of like coding, but it's like, so you click the blur, then you can do the blur size. I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it like, yeah, let's do this. This looks nice. And then you can do many other settings like this. And then it'll do the whole clip unless it has like an animation or something like that. But then you can just look through the thing and see if you like it or not. And then you can also fade the music. You can also fade this thing and this by holding these, and then there's like a curve. Oops. There's also like a curve that you can do right here. You gotta click it very carefully. And then it'll do a fade in the music and the screen. So yeah, that's my outro. I also want to add in some text. So you can just do the same that you did. There's also generators here and effects that you can select. Then you can extend this and also fade it out as well. Deliver is the last thing that you're going to do. It takes a while to load and deliver, but this isn't really for like the editing process. This is for whenever you like upload it. So you can either upload it to YouTube directly using this and change all the settings. I just like to do the file. So file name, make the file name. I don't really care about my names but I at least like a topic. Now you can hit save, and there you go. It is done, and I don't really change any of these, but you can use these settings if you want to. Then add to render queue is down here, and then render all. Then you can wait to render it. And the shorter it is, the less it takes for it to render. So you can see 9 seconds remaining. It's almost done. And then we can go to there's a create button up here which you can do upload videos. Select files, then select the file. Okay, whenever you press open, then it'll do this, and then you can change the title, you can change the description, you can change the thumbnail, playlist, this thing. There's also categories in this low thing down here. This show more, there's categories right there if you want to add categories. Then there's playlists, you can select your playlists, or you create a new playlist right here. And then you can upload your own thumbnail. Hover over this to like see the amount you need to do. And then you can also do the description. Yeah, I already said you can do that. Hang on. It'll also auto-generate this, which is really useful for me. Then you can add an end screen in video elements, so you can import from video. Then do this from the latest video. Then you can also do the same in the thing and change these. So yeah, I'll just change these. You can also change the videos by doing this and save. And there you go. That's done. This checks. No issues found. I would recommend doing research before putting a song or anything on your video. And then there's visibility. I do public every single time, almost every single time. And then publish, and you can copy your link and share it to something. And then whenever it's done publishing, it will show it out, and then it will be on public. So then you can go to your channel and see this right here. 13 seconds ago. Yeah, better watch it after this.